fortunes of war can change their way. We imagine our lives will be. The March family are on their way. Meg, Joe, Beth, and Amy.
Why are you crying, Joe?
Because this novel I'm reading is making me sad.
And who wrote this novel?
The Couple with Angel Wings.
By
written-
Josephine March. Joe, you wrote this wonderful story. Your work has been published in the paper, and now people everywhere are reading it.
Really, Father? I hadn't noticed.
I am very proud of you. Very proud indeed.
I'm glad.
What is A Couple with Angel Wings about?
A married couple from heaven have come to earth to live. Haven't you read it? Father, where are you?
Well, Joe, if you're asking me, I think you had that dream because you want Father to read your novel.
Yes, probably. But it was so strange, Meg. He patted my head, but I couldn't see his face, and when I turned around, he was gone.
That is strange.
Meg, I wanted to see him so much, even if it was just a dream.
That's understandable. We haven't seen him in over a year.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, girls. Would you girls like to start with some oatmeal this morning?
Please.
Yes, thank you.
You two are coming back early today, aren't you, Joe?
Yes, we are. Why?
I want to go sailing.
But it's October. It's too cold and too late in the season to go boating.
Oh, come on. It'll be the last time I'll ask this year. Please, Joe?
Go by yourself. I'm going to spend my Saturday by myself working on the next chapter of my new novel.
Go ahead, be a wet blanket. See if I care.
Ah!
Come on, get it, Milky.
Well, hello there, Amy. What have you been doing with yourself?
Nothing. There's nothing to do.
I see. Well, would you like to go for a ride with me?
Oh, Lori, yeah. I'd love nothing better. Do you really mean it?
Do you think Joe would like to join us?
Afraid not. She's up in her room working on the next chapter of her novel. My sister Jo loves to write, but sometimes being a writer can be depressing.
Yes. Go away. Leave me alone.
Hey, Joe, what's the matter with you?
I know now I don't have any talent for writing.
Don't be ridiculous, Joe. You're a good writer.
No, I'm not. If I was really a writer, I wouldn't have these blocks.
Why don't you let me take you out for a carriage ride, Joe? It may be just what you need to get you over this writing block.
Imagination and talent is what I really need.
Inspiration doesn't just happen at your desk, Joe. Who knows, a beautiful ride around the harbor might provide you with some really good ideas. Come on, it'll be fun. What do you say? Amy wants to come along. Meg hasn't come home yet, but I bet Beth would just love to go with us. But it wouldn't be as much fun without you.
Now?
Mm-hmm. I'll get the carriage ready so we can leave right away.
I thought they were just lovely, didn't you, Marmee?
Mm-hmm.
Hello,
Hi.
Lori.
Am I glad to see you?
Why, Lori? I haven't done anything wrong, have I?
Don't be silly, Meg. I'm going for a ride. I have just invited Joe and Amy. I thought you might like to come with us.
I'd love to. But I have too many chores to perform.
Then you'll excuse me. I have to get ready. Goodbye now. Goodbye.
Thank you for asking me.
Come on, Lori, where are you? Are you ever going to get here, Lori? Golly, what in the world is taking him so long to get ready?
Amy, your impatience is driving me crazy. Why don't you wait for him outside?
Hey, Beth, why don't you come along with us? It'll be fun.
No, Amy. I'd much rather stay here and practice my piano.
Oh, Beth, we'll have a great time.
I don't think so. You go ahead.
Well, I think you're making a mistake.
I'm coming. Hold your horses.
Telegram, ma'am, from Washington.
Was that Lori at the door?
Marmee, a wire.
Oh,
A telegram? It must be important.
Marmee, are you all right?
Yes.
Who's it from, Marmee?
Oh.
Marmee, careful!
Marmee!
Uh,
Marmee,
you
what's
all
wrong?
right?
What is it? What does it say?
Dear Mrs. March, it's my sad duty to inform you your husband is ill. Please come to Washington immediately, or it may be too late. Father's dying.
It can't be. Marmee, are you feeling all right?
Yes.
Marmee, you should go.
Beth is right.
Oh. You mustn't be worried. I'm all right now.
The telegram. It says that Father is very ill, Marmee.
I know, dear. Let me finish it.
Thank heaven. That must mean Father hasn't been wounded in a battle.
Yes, he may still have a chance.
That doesn't matter, darlings. Whatever the reason, your father's in critical condition, and I must go to him immediately.
Marmee, I guess this means that you'll be leaving for Washington soon.
Yes, Meg, the sooner the better. What time is it now?
It's almost 3 p.m.
It's too late, Marmee, to make the 3:30 to Washington.
Hey, Lori's already ordered a carriage, so
Maybe he could drive you to the station. I'll go next door and ask him.
Wait a moment. Joe, wait. I can't leave without making several preparations first. There's a lot that has to be taken care of before I can go.
Like what?
Well, for one thing, I have to stay there for more than a few days, maybe even a month or longer.
My gosh, you're right, I forgot. You'll have to stay there until he gets well, won't you?
Yes. God willing, I shall leave for Washington the very first thing tomorrow morning.
That's a good idea.
Our Heavenly Father, we beg for your protection.
And so, as we so often do in times of trial and tribulations, we got on our knees and prayed for Father's health and recovery. Our faith is strong, and we believe in answered prayers.
Excuse me for interrupting, but did you change your minds about going for a ride?
We're sorry. We didn't forget, it's just that our father is seriously ill in Washington.
I'm so sorry.
I need help. Would you be so kind?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I will do anything I can.
Would you send them a telegram telling them that I will come?
Yes, by all means. What else? My carriage and horses stand at the ready, ma'am.
And I hope you might also deliver a message to our Aunt March. I can write it right now.
Sure.
Does this mean we're not going for a ride? It's okay if we aren't. I understand.
Lori, please be careful.
I will, don't worry.
And thank you.
You're welcome.
Lori's gone. What shall we do next?
I'm going to need you to run some errands for me in town, Joe.
Certainly, Marmee.
First, I want you to go to the Soldiers' Aid Society. Explain to Mr. Hart that I can't attend any more meetings because of what's happened to your father.
Yes, of course.
Oh, the shopping list. Can you make it up for me?
Yes, I will.
And Beth, I need to ask something of you, too.
What may I do to help?
Go next door. Ask Mr. Lawrence if he would be kind enough to allow us to borrow a couple bottles of wine.
But Marmee,
Must I?
Just do as I ask, please. It's for your father, so there's nothing to be ashamed of. Mr. Lawrence will understand who it's for, you can be sure.
All right.
Meg, I want you to help me get my things together.
Yes'm.
Here's the shopping list, Joe.
I'll take care of it.
Here, I think this'll cover it.
I have some money, too.
Marmee, I want to help. Can I help?
Yes, you can. Go tell Hannah to come here.
Right away.
Oh, Mommy, don't. Why don't you get some rest? Let me try to take care of everything else for you.
Oh, I will, dear. Thank you, Meg.
Well, we were all running about doing what we could do to make things easier on Marmee. Hannah and I ran into Meg on our way back from the kitchen. Meg suggested we leave Marmee alone so she could gather her thoughts and strength for the journey to Washington tomorrow. That seemed like a good idea.
Oh,
It's all right,
Where was
child. You're welcome.
How can I ever repay you, Mr. Lawrence?
Don't be silly. You don't have to. Anyway, it's just a couple of bottles of wine, for goodness sake. More importantly, how else may I help you during your hour of need?
Thanks. But you've done more than enough already.
Ha! Don't be ridiculous. I've done nothing of the kind, and you and I both know it. Surely there is something more I can do. How about your husband?
That's very generous, sir. But I have no idea what or how much of anything he needs at this time until I get there and see him.
Of course, I don't know what I was thinking about when I said that, but I do want to help you. Let's see. I could... what of the children?
Well, I have no idea how long I'll be gone. It could possibly be quite a long time. Should that situation present itself, then the children would be left at home all alone. If you could please come by now and again.
Don't you worry. Consider it taken care of. I'll make it a point to have someone come by and look after the girls. And you feel free to stay and look after your husband until he's completely well.
Thank you, Mr. Lawrence. That's very comforting.
Oh, yes, and something else. It's quite a long trip you're taking to Washington, and you'll need a traveling companion. I shall escort you on the journey if you have no objections.
Oh, I couldn't let you. That's far too much to ask. Thank you kindly, Mr. Lawrence, but I'll be all right.
Meanwhile, back at Aunt March's, Lori had delivered Marmee's note.
Please give her this missive and tell her I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
The money she requested is there in the envelope.
Thank you, they will appreciate it.
I don't know why, but somehow that strikes me as being funny.
Really? How come?
You thanked me, and I'm the one that's related to them. And you're not, that's why. Somehow, I always knew and was afraid something like this was bound to happen. It was stupid of him to go off to war. He should have been a lawyer or a politician.
But Aunt March, he's not dead. There's still hope.
What hope? He's in critical condition.
That may very well be, but everyone in that household has hope, Aunt March.
So be it. Anyway, why did she send you? Why couldn't Meg or Joe come?
Well, Aunt March, Joe is very busy running errands, and Meg is helping Mrs. March prepare for her long journey. There's much to be done.
I wonder if the money I've given her is enough. Well, never mind. You'd better be getting back.
$40. I didn't realize wigs were so expensive. What is the matter with me? Of course, that's the answer. If they charge $40 for a wig, that means that they have to pay someone for their hair. Well, why not mine?
Oh, hi, John. How are you?
Fine.
Excuse me, but we're in the middle of total chaos here.
I heard about your father being sick in Washington. I wanted to check on his condition. I want you to know how sorry I am, and I'm hoping he'll recuperate very soon.
Thank you. We're all hoping he gets well soon.
One other thing. Your mother will need an escort for her trip to Washington, and I want to volunteer for the job.
Oh, thank you, but...
But what, Meg? I'm making the trip to the Capitol anyway because Mr. Lawrence has arranged that I tutor some congressional pages. Truly, escorting your mother is no problem.
That's very kind of you. Please, won't you...
What is it?
Please, won't you come into the living room and tell Mother all about your wonderful idea?
Everything was happening so quickly. I barely knew what to expect next. The whole day was turning out very strangely.
Two? Well, you see, just as I was about to leave, Mrs. March, she handed me this other envelope. It seemed that she took it upon herself to give me more money because she thought you had underestimated your needs.
They're mine? Both of them?
Yes.
Aunt March's unexpected generosity was very surprising. And needless to say, Marmee was very touched.
Marmee, we've just about completed everything. Marmee, whatever is wrong?
Nothing.
But you're crying.
It's Aunt March, Meg.
Hey, cheer up.
I am. There.
We had all been very busy from the moment the telegram arrived. But now that all the work was done, we were just sitting around waiting for Hannah to call us to supper. We were feeling pretty sad about Marmee leaving tomorrow. You know, it just doesn't seem fair sometimes. What with Father going off to war and now Marmee going off to Father's side, it just doesn't seem fair. We were all feeling pretty gloomy.
Supper's ready now, if you'd like to retire to the dining room.
Joe's not back yet. We'll all wait to eat as a family.
You mean to say she's still out doing the shopping? What all did she have to get?
I'm leaving tomorrow, don't you remember?
No, ma'am, I'm not about to forget something that important. And I agree with you, the whole family should eat dinner together.
It means a lot.
Yes, ma'am, it's a very special time. I'm gonna take good care of your home while you're away.
I never doubted it for a second.
You take good care of Mr. Frederick for us and help him get well quick.
I promise. I'm going to do everything I possibly can.
Marmee, I'm going to make it a point to visit the Hummels from time to time when you're in Washington. I make you that solemn pledge.
Beth, that's wonderful. That's a very nice gesture. You'll be sure to take them some food, won't you, dear?
Yes, I promise I shall.
Amy?
Amy? Could that be your stomach making all that noise?
I'm hungry.
Let me see, how might Joe put it? Amy, her stomach growls at the mere mention of the word food and not because her stomach's empty.
That may very well be, but I'm hungry this time, Meg.
Joe will be back soon, Amy. Then we can all have supper. There she is.
Where have you been, child?
Shopping, why?
What took so long? For your information, we've been holding supper for you.
Look at the money.
Take it. This is my way of helping Father come home. It will help you pay for expenses in Washington.
Oh. Where did you get this? There's $25 here.
Aren't you happy about it? Now you'll be able to stay in a nice place while you're there.
Yes, I'm happy about it. But I'm also worried. Joe, fess up. How did you come by this money? I have to know.
I surely didn't beg, steal, or borrow it. I made it honestly by selling something that's all mine. I would never do anything to shame our family.
Of course you wouldn't.
Were you thinking I had done something dishonest, Marmee?
No.
I know, you sold your novel.
I wish that were so, but my novel isn't worth $25.
Did you find it?
See? No hair.
Joe, what happened?
Ta-da!
Beautiful hair.
Well, what do you think? Whee! Ladies?
What happened to your hair, Joe?
Joe, why did you do this? Why?
Joe, it really wasn't necessary to do that.
Marmee, it wasn't a big sacrifice. It's not that bad, really, Beth. Don't cry. Whether my hair is cut short or long makes no difference. I'm sure it doesn't affect the fate of the nation. Really?
I'd die before I'd let somebody do that to me.
I feel liberated. I was starting to feel vain about my hair. This is a humbling experience. Besides, I like the way it looks and feels cut short. And the barber said that it would be easier to take care of cut this way. I'm happy with the way I look now. I really am. It may even do my brain a world of good to have that mop off my head. It truly makes me feel deliciously light and cool, and I'm glad I did it, so stop feeling sorry for me. Now then, will you please just accept my contribution?
Joe, of course I will.
All right, everybody, it's time to eat. Amy, you must be starving. Come on.
That's right, I forgot.
I looked in the barber's window, and there it was, just as plain as the nose on your face. A price of $40 for black hair. Naturally, I walked in and asked if they wanted to buy my hair.
What did the barber say?
He said my hair color wasn't in fashion right now, but he'd be willing to pay me $25. I thought, well, it's not like I'm going to be bald. I mean, my hair is going to grow back again, right? So why not do it?
There are a lot of things to admire about my sister Jo. She's talented, spirited, courageous, and surprisingly noble at times. I love her for that. Imagine selling her hair to help Marmee and Father and feeling good about it. She's really special.
Fortunes of war can